Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to New York City. I'm currently standing on a Wall Street. It is extremely cold today, so I'm gonna try to do this fast. But today I'm going to be giving you guys an everything you need to know guide about Wall Street and the financial district here in Manhattan and New York. It's really noisy right here, but I'm currently standing right next to the New York City Stock Exchange. Before we do anything, I wanna make sure you guys subscribe and turn those notifications so you keep updated, because we are covering every single notable neighborhood in New York City. We're giving you everything you need to know. But before we do any of that, let's roll the intro. I'm gonna take cover behind a building because it's really loud. So like I mentioned already, it's very, very cold today. So if I'm hiding and stuff, that's why, because it's just very, very cold. But we'll start this by saying, this is the New York City financial district. In a sense of tourist attractions, there's so much to do here because it is such a quintessential place in New York City, such a picturesque place in New York City. A lot of the big skyscrapers, I would say the biggest skyscrapers in New York are right here. So we're starting on Wall Street. That's the Wall Street right behind me. It stretches out. It's all a financial, very businessy area. You're gonna see a lot of guys in suits walking around, a lot of people in suits. But we're gonna start this right in front of the New York Stock Exchange. Cool, it is a super impressive building to come stand in front of and take a look at. And if you peer through the building, you might be able to see some stockbrokers and stuff leaving and entering. We have right next to it the Federal Hall National Memoriam. And right here is basically a really cool statue of George Washington, the first president of the United States, is literally sitting on Wall Street right across from the New York Stock Exchange. So something definitely worth checking out if you're a tourist in the United States and you want to see what our first president looked like. All right, so walking through this area of New York City is going to feel very different than the rest of the city, specifically because everything is super condensed here. All the buildings are so close to each other and so tall. It gives walking through here just a completely different feeling. I'm just always looking up here. So the building that we're walking by right now is the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and it's where a lot of the money and finances are stored for the city. At least they used to be. I'm not sure how much of it is still stored there nowadays. But what's really cool about it is it has 5 stories going underground into subterranean vaults. The bank is legitimately so big, been trying to get a shot of it all in one frame. I can't. It is so wide and so tall. So if you're wondering about food in the financial district, it's something kind of interesting we need to talk about, especially if you're coming here as a tour. I would recommend probably stay away from trying to get food here. Even though you can get food and there's a lot of food options, everything's gonna be a little pricier. Just because this is a business area, more of a touristy area, so everything's gonna be very expensive and overpriced. That being said, because there's a plethora of people working here at all days and they wanna get cheap food, you have food trucks and food stands and food carts everywhere. I kid you not, I don't think I've ever seen a congregation of food carts like this in New York City. They are on every corner. So we've come to the main World Trade Center area because we are getting close to do something very exciting, but I've come to St. Paul's Chapel right now. This place is historical and notable because George Washington, first president of the United States, used to come and worship here. He used to pray here. So it's an awesome building and you gotta check it out. All right, so St. Paul's Chapel is pretty cool, but what's coming up next, which is right behind it, is probably one of the coolest things you can find here in the World Trade Center financial district area. This thing right here behind me is called the Oculus. It literally looks like a massive sea sponge, sea slug thing. It is so freaking cool looking. It's gotta be one of the coolest looking buildings in New York, if not the coolest. It is right in front of the One World Trade Center, which is the crazy activity that we're going to do right after we visit the Oculus. We're gonna head on to the Oculus because it is a sort of mall, train station, subway station. It's a bunch of things. So let's head on in there and explore a little bit. Okay, so right before we head in there, I just wanna make a little note. I think that one of the coolest things about the Oculus is the fact that no matter where you look at it from, it looks so freaking cool and wild. I love buildings that just take architecture to another level, and this thing is just unlike any other building in the surrounding. How freaking amazing is this building? It's basically, the building is built to look kind of like the spine of an animal or like the skeleton of an animal. It looks so freaking crazy. So this Oculus building has a multiple level concourse things with different balconies. Some of the balconies are viewing points where you can come and just look at the beautiful architecture, but also the floor that I'm on right now has just a bunch of different shops and stores, including like an Apple store. When you go down to the bottom, sometimes they hold events on the bottom floor, like farmers markets and things like that. So this is the main floor space. This is kind of like the, I guess, ground floor, but not really because the ground's above. Basically here you can connect to the PATH train station and the subway. PATH train, I believe, is a train that goes to like New Jersey, and I'm gonna show you guys that in a second. As well as there's some subway stations connected here, like the Fulton train station. So this is the PATH train station part of the Oculus. These are the trains to New Jersey. And I would say that this is probably the coolest looking part of the building because it really looks like this part is like the skeleton of an animal. If you look at that, it kind of looks like a whale or something. Really, really cool. So if anything, if you're not going to New Jersey on the train or whatever, it's just cool to come look at this place. So now that we've left the Oculus, we are heading up to the One World Trade Center Observatory. We're actually partnering up with the One World Trade Center Observatory today, and they're bringing us up to the top. But I want to tell you guys a quick story before we go to the top, because it's actually a really monumental occasion for me in my life. When I was a kid, I came to New York City for the first time a week before the events of 9/11 happened, and I actually was able to go to the top of the Twin Towers observatory that they had there at the time. For me to come back now at 22 and to be able to go to the top of this building is super, super exciting for me, because I was here at the site of the original a week before they came down, and so being that it's the 6th tallest building in the world, it is a really incredible experience. But before we go to the top, I thought it would be really smart to pay homage to the old buildings that stood here before them, and come visit the 9/11 memorial here, right below the One World Trade Center building. So what's been erected here are 2 pools, stand in the spot of where the 2 buildings were before. Inside there's a pool and a waterfall going down to the abyss. It kind of looks like an infinity waterfall. It's a really impressive building. So this is waterfall number 1, and this right here is the second pool for the second building. What you can see also carved into kind of the material that's around these pools is the names of the victims that died during the events of 9/11. So it's a really touching place, but it's also super inspirational to be here standing in front of the new tower that was erected over the site of these 2, and to be able to go to the top again, kind of showing the perseverance. That being said, not to get too somber with it, it's an amazing place, and I think it's important to pay homage to the place before you go up to the top. That's just a personal thing. But now we're gonna embark on a crazy, exciting adventure. We're gonna go to the top of the World Trade Center here in New York City, the 6th tallest building on planet Earth. So I'm at the base of the building right now. That's it, shooting up all the way to the top. One thing that's really awesome about this is that I get to share this experience with a few other of my YouTube friends that are coming to join me, because the One World Trade Center Observatory actually sponsored this visit. So please go show them some love. First of my friends have arrived.
It's so cold, I'm tearing
John,
up, man. I'm so cold.
Adriana. Whew. We're freezing, huh?
I'm crying, man. It's like the wind. Ooh.
How excited are you guys for this?
I've done it once before, and I'm more excited to show it to her for her first time. It's really, really cool.
I'm really, really excited.
Because look who's arrived. King of the vlogs, Jacob Carlson.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
You excited for this?
I'm very excited.
Nice.
And I've been here before. You haven't.
All right, so we've just entered the queue right now. We're waiting. We're about to go to the top of the observatory. We're walking through the exhibition hall, I think, right now, leading to the elevators, which John and Jacob have been hyping up to me. They've been telling me the elevators here are gonna be intensely amazing. Because we are working as press right now, we're gonna get our own elevator just for us to go up, which is super exciting. We're gonna be able to document this experience just for us. All right, we're heading up right now. Whoa, this is crazy. Slow down. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my goodness, this is so crazy. Oh, there's the Empire State Building. That was fast. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to One World Observatory.
Alright, so that happened kind of fast. To explain to you guys what we just saw, basically the elevator is filled with plasma screen TVs, and it takes you up on a journey of New York back in time, and you see like a time lapse of New York being built in front of you as you're going to the top of this building. Alright, so we've been teasing you long enough. It is time to finally see the view from the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere, the One World Trade Center Observatory. So this is one of your top recommendations to do here in the financial district in New York City, the One World Trade Center Observatory. We can literally see everything from here. You have a 360 panorama view of the entirety of New York City. You have amazing views of the Chrysler Building, the Empire State Building, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, New Jersey, and Staten Island, and it's just incredible. All right, Johnny, what do you think of this view?
I think this is the best view in New York, and if you had to pay to go to the top of one building, I would 100% recommend this one, because you just get this incredible 360-degree view.
Hey, Jacob,
Hey.
What do you think about this?
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a must-do if you come to New York City. I honestly think that.
All right, guys, our time here has come to an end. We are now going to head down back to the financial district.
Thank you for visiting One World Observatory.
I just realized that it's a 48-second ride up. My elevator in my building in Brooklyn takes me double the time to get to the 9th floor. So that was amazing. So we're still right under the World Trade Center building. Where we're jumping to now is a place called Brookfield Place. It's a mall. It's right across the street, but it's too cold. So we're actually gonna go through a different way to get there. I don't know why I can't talk, it's too cold. Can you explain to me how we're getting to Brookfield Place because it's so cold outside?
Yes, so as a part of the whole World Trade Center complex and the new Oculus train station, they've built a ton of underground walkways for pedestrians and commuters to be able to get from all the way from like the river, Hudson River, and all the transit over to Wall Street and stuff. So we're going in an underground walkway directly to Brookfield Place that connects instead of crossing the West Side Highway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it into Brookfield Place. It's now time to have some lunch because this is a mall. You can do your shopping here. There's not a lot of places to do shopping in the financial district because it is more of a busy workplace, but this is the place to come if you want to do some shopping / some eating. We're gonna come here to eat some lunch.
There's indoor palm trees here.
Yeah, welcome to Miami. Yeah, this feels like home. I saw the palm trees from the corner. I was like, oh, I'm back. Alrighty, so we are sitting down to have lunch. We all got lunch from Umami Burger.
Good, man. I really recommend the truffle burger. That truffle cheese just grilled right on. Excellent.
A little pricey.
Can I show them?
I'm excited to try this though. It looks like it has a brioche bun, some nice beef. All right, here we go. First bite of an Umami Burger. That's good. I don't know if I would say that's $15 worth for a burger, but it's pretty good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have left Brookfield Place. John and Adriana have departed from us. I'm back with just Jacob, king of the vlogs. Make sure you check out John down in the description below because he's got a great YouTube channel all about New York City, so check him out, send him some love. We are now going to continue to a place called Battery Park, which is where you can get a great view of the Statue of Liberty. We've just made it to Battery Park. This is what's known as the best viewing spot for the Statue of Liberty, at least from the ground. As well, this is where a lot of the ferries and boats, including the Staten Island Ferry, will take you around into the waters around this area. So if you want to go to the Statue of Liberty, you're usually going to buy your tickets and leave from here. But we're going to go and take a look at the Statue of Liberty. We're coming in right at sunset right now, but we got tons of more stuff to see, so we got to get out of here fast. I'm going to make a quick mention to the Staten Island Ferry. I'm using Jacob Carlson, king of the vlogs, wonderful footage right now to overlay. This is a ferry that you can, if you want to get really nice views of the Statue of Liberty without paying full price for a tour. It's kind of like the budget way to see the Statue of Liberty. So please, first of all, go check out Jacob Carlson, king of the vlogs channel in the description, because he's great for letting me use his footage, but also check out the Staten Island Ferry for here. It's right next to Battery Park. You can't miss it. All right, so where we've come to now is probably one of the most famous monuments in the financial district. It's called the Charging Bull, and it's a bull that's charging. I think the symbolism behind it is to be like the aggressiveness of the people who work here in the financial district.
Yeah.
And Jacob pointed out right when we got here, we have a line of more of the classy people, you know, who are trying to just take a picture with the bull. And then you have what?
You got the perverts in the back.
It's just people standing in line to take pictures with the bull's testicles. So that's pretty good. All right, another awesome spot here in the financial district. This place is called the Frances Tavern, and it's famous because
The revolutionaries actually met here many times. I think the room's upstairs, but George Washington and Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Hamilton. But it's really cool too because currently inside of this place they have a bar and a museum that's a part of this place, but inside they have a tooth and a piece of hair from George Washington, our first president.
Which is weird.
It's weird but really cool. So it's like one of those things that it's weirdly like an American tourist attraction. You need to come visit when you're here in the financial district. Where we're walking to right now, this place is called Stone Street. So it's actually a walking only street, no cars here.
And during the summer, this whole street is filled up with picnic tables and benches and like lighting all over the street. And so all the bars actually do service out here on the street as well, not just inside, because it's basically all bars and restaurants right here.
And it's super awesome cobblestone street. You can just walk down, enjoy.
It's really the only place in the financial district with nightlife. So if you're looking to spend a night out on the town in the financial district, this is where you'd come.
Thanks. Hey, Jake. Thanks.
So we've come to another really, really cool and historical place here in the financial district. So this is called Trinity Church, and it's really, really famous because a bunch of old historical figures in the United States are buried here. Like some of the most important ones, like Alexander Hamilton. Here.
I can show you his grave.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Alexander Hamilton's grave right here. Cool. We got one last location. This was awesome, by the way. But we are now going to head like right outside of the financial district. It's still technically the financial district, but sun setting. We just got a few minutes of light. We got to run. We'll see you there. Guys, we are coming towards the end of our adventure here in the financial district. We're getting pure cotton candy skies right now. It is absolutely beautiful for the end of the day here. Alrighty, we have made it to the Pier 16 South Street Seaport. This place is awesome. This is your go-to place if you want some waterfront activities. Obviously in the wintertime, which we are in right now, it is not so exciting, but you have a few things here. First of all, you have like a whole shopping district and hangout area out here. It kind of is like cobblestone streets with cool shops and stuff to do. But there's also a cargo ship from the 1800s. You guys know how much I like cargo ships. I sail on them all the time. There's a cargo ship from the 1800s right here, and it's just docked up here on the dock. But besides that, you can come take this pier all the way down and get beautiful, beautiful views of Brooklyn. I want to make a little note up here, just by the South Street Seaport. We're about to end this vlog. Don't worry, I know it's getting long. There is an honorable mention I want to name to a pizza place called Keste. It's just up the road from here. Hands down, the best pizza you can get in New York City. That's a guarantee for me. It's classic Napoli pizza from Napoli, Naples in Italy, made by amazing chefs in that restaurant. So if you guys want to get some, the original spot is right here in Wall Street, just up the road. Amazing, amazing pizza.
Hot tip to Tall's viewers. Many of you are likely to go to a Broadway show if you're coming to New York, which if you're watching this, you probably are. You can go to the TKTS booths in Times Square, which you've probably heard of, and get cheaper day of tickets for Broadway musicals. But what you may not know is they actually have a TKTS booth here in the South Street Seaport that opens up way earlier. I think this opens up at 11 in the morning, day of, instead of 4 or 5. And the lines are way, way smaller. So if you're looking to buy Broadway tickets, you can come here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our financial district, Wall Street and World Trade Center ending video for the end. I want to say a huge thank you to the One World Trade Center Observatory for taking us to the top today and helping us make this video. Thank you so much. Please guys, go check them out, especially if you're coming to visit New York for your first time. You have to go to the top of that building. It is incredible. Also, check out Jacob Carlson because he helped me make this episode possible, and John Barr. They'll both be down in the description. And I want to say, I can proudly say that is our final neighborhood episode for the island of Manhattan, for the biggest, the hardest borough to cover here in New York. I feel super accomplished that I was able to finish it, so I'm so happy.
Wait, you mean you did more of these?
Oh, I did like 17 of them.
What?
Yeah.
Are they on YouTube?
They're on YouTube, and you can go watch them right now for free. We'll see you next time. And if you want to support this channel, you can buy some of my merchandise down in the description below or on screen right now. It's soft, it's fresh, it's warm, it's sweet. It's the best in the game. And we'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. Long time, class.